What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Keepin ADHD. Previously, ADHD discussions, I think, was what we called it, right? So we kind of workshopped it, and we decided that we could think of a better name, and we did. And so we did that. We also said this would be released on Tuesdays, but we're actually shifting it to Fridays, like Friday noonish release time. But that's going to be a flexible time. It works a little bit better with our schedules. Yeah, it works better with our schedules, and also, it lets people have something for their Friday day. You know, you're at work, you don't want to do anything. You're kind of like, can't this day just be over? I just want to, eat content until I'm done for the day. And it's like,
don't worry, we got you covered.
We got you covered. So we figure Friday.
Commercial.
Yeah, you hit that lunch break, you come back, you're like, no, I went down to the pizzeria. I had me a big old slice of pizza, and now I'm just going veg for the rest of the day. My boss don't know nothing. He don't know what's going on. He's working from home today, but I had to come into the office for whatever reason because COVID. But I'm in the office, and I'm not doing nothing. I don't want to do nothing at all. So we're going to veg, and we're going to listen to Keepin ADHD.
That specific situation only. If you use the podcast in any other situation, we're going to sue you.
Yeah, those are facts. We don't make the rules. We just enforce them. Expect a note from my lawyer tonight. Yes. Actually, I told him to expedite it. So, maybe don't be that way next time, punk.
Any case.
Any case.
Welcome.
So that is welcome in. Yeah. Here, I'll let you.
Welcome to the second episode, and we hope that so far you're enjoying what we're putting out.
Exactly.
We do have a guest episode, an episode with a special guest coming after this one.
I'm so excited. Who could it be? That's a secret.
Really special guest. It is a secret.
None of your business.
But we're going to be recording it over the weekend, and it should probably be out next week.
I'm excited.
Oh my god. Okay.
Hey, I'm with my boys. I got to crack open a cold one.
What is that?
This is Big K's Cola O. Hit me up, Kroger, if you want to sponsor the podcast.
Is that like a generic brand for Kroger's?
Yeah, Big K is Kroger's generic brand, but it is generic Coke Zero. So,
and I have water.
Wow, I also have
generic from the tap. So
I should really be drinking this, but instead I'm drinking this because I need caffeine.
Amazing. I mean, I used to be addicted to caffeine too, so I know how that feels.
It's a problem. I need to stop. I saw a good friend of the podcast. I was about to say stream. We're not streaming this right now. This one is not live. Fun fact. But a good friend of the podcast was, he tweeted out, I think yesterday? Mm-hmm. Yeah, yesterday before he went to do a thing. But he said, no soda September. And I thought really hard about that. And then I said, I can't do that.
You can't do that.
I need it. It's a problem.
Too difficult.
Which is exactly why I really should do that. But you know what? There's a pandemic on, and I'm just trying to get by.
You just gotta give yourself cut yourself some slack.
Exactly.
You don't have to put yourself under even more stress than you are right now.
Yeah,
like figuring all of this out, and on top of that, trying to cut out soda. Not gonna work.
It's a lot. It's a lot to do, and I just I don't feel like dealing with it. If I'm honest, that's how it do.
Yep. Just not enough willpower.
So those of you with a discerning eye may realize that behind me is a completely different space than it was in the first episode. And if you're just an audio listener, then you have no clue. And sorry. But I have taken my office space. So my office space is a shared living space with my brother. And so what you saw in the background of the last one was the TV and the end of the bed of his living space. But what I did was I turned my desk 90 degrees. And I have these shelves behind me with all my neato Star Wars Legos and all that fun stuff. And this is the new backdrop. This is probably going to turn into sound foam. This is also probably going to turn into sound foam. But it's going to be a really cool little section. I'm going to try and figure out a better way to do the camera so it can see more of the shelf, because I'm going to figure out a good way to suspend like the good ships, like the X-wing and that sort of stuff. Like if I could have this hanging up here, like
that would be really cool.
like it'd be really cool. So, but yeah,
and,
so it's what's up?
I did really good updates to my shelf as well. As you can see, I put a Jason sticker up here, and I removed all of my meds from this shelf, so you can't see it. It's down there now.
We stand.
Really big changes over here, guys. But
my badge is covered. That's why. Oh.
Yeah, those are the changes for people who are watching this
with the keen discerning eye. No, yes, it was.
But another thing that I wanted to say before we move forward is that we are looking into trying to get the podcast on Spotify as well.
Yes. So I actually meant to talk to you about that. Let me hold on. I this is a tangent, but it is relevant, and the viewers are going to learn something about podcasting because there is a website. Oh, you can't hear that because my desktop audio is off. Cool. It's like I opened up my channel because I'm looking for a specific chat command, and Julian started playing. There's a website. When my brother and I did our podcast, there was it's called Anchor FM, and it puts it onto Spotify for you.
Ooh, interesting. I didn't know that.
So you upload the audio file and it'll just chuck it on there. So
that's really cool. I really like that. So we should do that. Well, we are gonna.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It'll be on Spotify near you. Hopefully, I think it takes a few days, but we can upload episode 1. We have the audio. We can upload episode 1 and episode 2, and we're done with this tonight. So
yeah, so it could be maybe like a couple days later than the release of the Friday, or we can figure out how long it takes and then just post it.
Yeah.
Before unless we record like the day before.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, let's do our intro segments like 8 minutes in.
All right. Take it away.
So our first segment is once again, what day is it, and how do we know that it is the day? Well, I think we both have probably the same reason why we know what day today it is.
Because I'm not streaming. I know it's Thursday because I'm not streaming.
Oh, okay. Well, then yours is different than mine. I know it's Thursday because tomorrow we're posting the first episode and this episode.
That too.
Yeah, that's just like that is the reason why I know that Thursday is today, because I've been keeping track of days, trying to figure out. We've been working closely with Royce on the podcast graphics and on workshopping the name and everything, working out the logo, creating social medias. By the way, follow us everywhere on @Keepin ADHD.
Yep.
Without the apostrophe.
Just how it's spelled. Just how it's spelled above. ADHD. So.
Yeah, just how the logo says it.
Sorry if you heard any scratching.
We have the same handles on. What?
I don't know if you can hear it, but Olive is insistent on getting in this room.
It's fine.
Sorry.
It is some collateral noise is bound to happen while having a pet. My cat might walk in and start screaming at any moment. So. Booney, yes. Maybe I'll show him on stream at some point. But let's move on to the next segment, which is the random thought of this episode. Which mine is, right now I'm looking at my other screen and I closed my browser because Discord was glitching out a little bit, and I think it was thinking I need to give it a little more power. And I realized that over there I have the wallpaper from the game Doki Doki Literature Club of Monica just sitting and staring directly at me. And my random thought basically is remembering that game and how creepy it was.
That game, I've never played it, but I know that it is really creepy. So I'm just
really creepy. Bleh. I highly I don't know if you would want to stream it, but I would highly recommend you check it out. And anybody who's listening, I would highly recommend checking it out because it trigger warning first of all for the game content, and it will give you plenty of trigger warnings on its own, but the content of the game is very interesting and the writing of the game is very interesting, and in general, I as a game designer, the person who is studying to be a game designer at some point, I really enjoyed it, and I really like the way it was made. So I'm just saying that anybody who is interested in that kind of stuff, this is the game to check out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Our next segment.
Well, I didn't get to do my random thought.
Oh no, you're in. Oh, okay, sorry. Adjustment,
gosh.
Everyone.
I have a random thought because I have a candy in front of me. All right. It is a Bunch of Crunch,
As you usually do.
Oh, I always got. It's not me if I don't have some kind of candy.
Sour
Dude,
worms.
Yeah, it's dude. Did I tell you Hannah got me 5 pounds of the sour octopuses for my birthday?
5 more pounds?
Yes, there's too much candy in this house. It's a problem. There's way too much candy in this house.
Dude.
But so I've got this. It's Bunch of Crunch, right? And it's like a crunch bar. You know, it's like a crunch bar, but it's like tiny balls, right? But they always taste kind of stale. And so I was looking at it. I mean, it's not like a bad stale. It's just a stale. And it's usually like the box ones, because the box ones aren't sealed super well. So I assume they probably go stale just sitting. But my thought that I have when I look at it is this just Rice Krispies that didn't get sold, got returned to the manufacturer, and then they went, all right, chuck them in the Bunch of Crunch vat. We'll get them sorted. Because I think Rice Krispies comes from the same people.
That would actually make a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's reusing, you know, you're getting it back into the ecosystem. Yeah. I don't know. I've always been curious about that. So if anybody knows candy stuff, just let me know, because I'm super curious about this and I have no earthly way of finding this information. So
if you watch any food documentaries, you would realize how insanely common recycling unsold food is.
Really?
Because of how common the use of the preservatives is.
Huh.
It's insane. People don't realize how often something that they buy from the same company but a different manufacturer is just a recycled product from a different product that just wasn't sold in time.
I think that's really cool. I really dig that.
Yeah, it is cool, but away, at some points it's just like, you know, thinking about the capitalistic nature of it, of people just trying to make as much money as they can by recycling product. I'm wondering how many lines being crossed in terms of like food safety and stuff, but yeah. I'm just trying not to think about it, and I'm trying to eat as like the least amount of processed candy as possible, because I don't want that.
Yeah, that's
my
fair.
System.
That's super fair.
I'm also like not too keen on candy in general. So
yeah. See, I just have a wicked sweet tooth. It's a problem.
I know I don't look like it, but I am not too keen on candy. I'm more keen on just like fatty food and like Asian cuisine.
Asian cuisine, you can't top it though.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Give me some gyoza every day of the week, dude.
I want some pad thai right now.
I haven't had pad thai in a long time, dude. Sorry, I have to pivot real quick because when I was at Disney in November, in the before times, we went to this restaurant in Disney Springs. I think it was called Morimoto. And obviously I recognize it's all Americanized Asian cuisine. I know. But they had orange chicken that was like a huge fucking whopping chicken breast tender, dude. And it was made with like real oranges, and it tasted like a fresh orange when you ate it, and it was just like so good. I dream about it. And as the garnish, they gave you tempura fried broccoli, and it was so good. It was so good. I think about it every day. Every day I'm like I just want to live there. Now. Oh, I know, right? I just ate dinner and I'm hungry.
Oh, Jesus. All right, we need to move on, because otherwise I'm gonna just go into my fridge and eat right now. Okay, so our next intro and last intro segment is the song that is currently stuck in your head.
Do you want to go first?
Do you want to go ahead?
I was just gonna say the song that is currently stuck in my head is our bop of an intro outro song
Nice.
It's like it's called Subway, right? I'm afraid to touch my Discord because I don't want to mess up the I don't want to mess up the camera capture here, but it's called Subway by someone, I don't know. Not the sandwich.
It's from YouTube audio library.
Yeah, it's a YouTube audio library. But it's so good.
Somebody.
Boo, boo,
it is really good.
Boo, 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 boo. Right, okay.
Good recreation. We're gonna use that for the intro.
Yeah.
We're gonna use your recreation. Mine is just like I just went to San Jose before I came back to record this podcast, and I went to San Jose to pick up my XLR cable for the new microphone I'm going to be installing today. Woo! Because this one is dying. But while I was in the car, while I was driving on the highway, I was listening to my playlist, and it came up on a song of one of Adele's songs. Which one is the Never Mind, I'll Find Someone Like You? That one. Yeah. One of the most popular songs.
The one with all the gummy bears. Yeah.
Gummy bears?
Do you not remember that TikTok trend?
No.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
Oh, wait, I think I know what you're talking about. No, go ahead. Wait, is that the one
one gummy bear. It's like camera close up on one gummy bear, and it's her singing it live, I think. And so, it's like never mind, I'll find, and then it pans out, and there's like a wave of gummy bears, and it's like someone like you. Yes. I remember that. I remember that trend. It was like. It was people basically one-upping each other on how many gummy bears they can just set out around their apartment. Yep. And at some point I saw one of the TikToks where it's just like in the bathroom, one little gummy bear standing in the never mind, I'll find, and the panning in the whole bathroom, filled bathtub with gummy bears. Fully filled with gummy bears. And on every surface, just lines of gummy bears everywhere. It's just, oh my God. The way TikTok takes everything to the extreme. It's so good.
It's amazing, honestly.
I love it so much.
Yeah. So basically, when I was driving back home, I was thinking about gummy bears, I guess. But
fair enough.
I don't know. Okay. Another cough drop, just so I don't blow everybody's ears out with coughing into the mic.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everybody. Okay. Now we can move on to just talking about whatever we have prepared for the podcast. I have a few topics to talk about. If you have anything, if you want to start, go ahead.
Well, I kind of accidentally talked about one of my things already. I was mostly just going to talk about creating this space behind me, and then I realized that I shot my shot too soon. So
that is also ADHD.
Yeah,
coincidentally. Right? So we're on brand.
I was just very excited to talk about it. I was very excited.
That is understandable, you know.
Yeah, so I'll let you. It
looks so cool.
I'm really happy with it. Like it's nice. Here, I'll kind of scoot out of frame here.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the microphone so you can still hear me.
Listening.
Exactly.
If you're watching.
Let me tell you, you're missing out on a whole visual component. All right. So we've got my Lego Stormtrooper helmet right there. This is a TIE Interceptor right here. You can't really see it because it's out of focus. Hold on.
Okay, yes, adjust that focus, boy.
Right. There we go.
Ooh,
we got an adjusted focus, and now I'm blurry. So we've got Stormtrooper helmet, TIE Interceptor. We have my droid from Galaxy's Edge, which is at Disney, and then we have the I don't remember. This is some specific general, but he has a bright red TIE fighter. A fun story about this bright red TIE fighter is on stream. We actually built the official Lego set, and we built the Wish Lego set of this specific set. I have the second one up top here, actually. I can't reach it without getting up, and I'm not going to get up. So, but they're almost identical. And in fact, I think the Wish set was more stable than the Lego set. So fun fact. We've got the Lego AT-AT, which just came out a few days ago, maybe a week or so ago. But I managed to find it early on a Walmart shelf when I was getting groceries. So that's pretty neat. We've got a little A-Wing, which is just, it's the Honda Civic of the Star Wars galaxy.
context for why I'm laughing. In the talks with Royce while we're working on stuff for the podcast, Rahlyx has already mentioned Honda Civics this week at least twice.
Okay.
So this is just another reference to add onto the pile.
As a quick explanation as to why I've mentioned the Honda Civic multiple times, we, like I said, we have the song for our intro outro. It's called Subway. And Royce and I are both big fans of Community. And in Community, there's a guy who enrolls in the community college, but he enrolls as a corporation. And so he is Subway. Legally, this man is Subway.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes. Yeah. And so after a while, he goes away. He gets sent away after they win their fight against Subway, the corporation, and get the school back. Oh
my God.
But later he comes back as some generic Joe Sixpack name, right? But he is a Honda salesman who is doing like guerrilla marketing by existing around people and just talking up Honda products. And it's so dumb, but that's why we were talking about Honda because Royce, I was like, Subway's the move. That's the bop. That's what we're going to do. Royce replied with a GIF of Subway from Community. And then I was like, and who could forget about the great Honda Civic with its totally reliable engine and crazy value and all this shenanigans. So that's that explanation there. And then we've got, what were you going to say?
I was just gonna say that it's just the sneak peek of what it is like to be your friend.
Oh yeah,
it's just like absolutely. Endless references from shows.
Endless references. I know nothing but pop culture.
I am the total opposite.
Yeah, because you haven't seen movies and stuff, so we got fix that. Maybe we'll watch a movie and review it, or do we can absolutely. do live commentaries. Oh
my God,
that'd be fun.
That would be so fun. All right.
Okay, so. This one is my Wish X-Wing. I got this off of a Wish. And then back here, you can't really see it, but I have Anakin's Pod Racer. And then a little Sith Trooper Tiki mug that I got from the movie theater a little bit after Rise of Skywalker came out.
Amazing.
It's a shame that the Disney trilogy
You have quite a little set over there.
You know it, baby.
And now
I'm still out of focus.
You're still a little bit out of focus. But, yeah.
All right, there we go.
Touching a little bit on my movie and pop culture illiteracy in general, just because I'm kind of split between two cultures, like between the American culture and my Russian/Ukrainian culture. Between those two, I'm not really literate in either, just because of how it turned out while I was growing up. But
yeah, fair enough.
Recently, I decided to kind of not study up. I don't know what to call it, because I subjected myself to watching the whole Twilight saga.
Oh my God.
And it was something, because I would never quite believe people who would tell me that Twilight saga is just terrible. I would be like, how terrible can a movie be? You know, I was one of those moviegoers who would go to a movie and everybody would walk out from the movie theater complaining about how bad the movie was. I was like, that wasn't so bad. Why is everybody complaining so much? I was one of those people, you know? Gotcha. It is kind of annoying. I understand that, because like I cannot really recognize. It probably also stems from my like pop culture illiteracy, because I can't really gauge the like quality of the movie that I just saw, or
you haven't seen a lot of movies, so it's hard to have like a scale of reference.
Yeah, exactly. So it is kind of I guess I never have seen really great movies or really bad movies. I've always just seen something kind of mediocre. So my gauge was always like, well, it wasn't too bad. I've seen worse movies, and I've also seen better movies, but they weren't too bad or too good. Now that I've seen Twilight, though. Oh my God. Twilight, dude. Specifically the first movie, I just want to talk about that. I had to watch it in 3 sittings just because of how mind-numbingly bad it was. I could not watch it all the way through. Yeah. First of all, because my ADHD was going like, we can't keep watching this. This makes absolutely zero sense. But second of all, the director's choices of cuts, the director's choices of implementing writing into the movie, and coupled with Kristen Stewart's acting in the first movie. Oh man.
Yeah. No, those movies are rough. They are really rough. I need you, now that you've watched them, I need you to watch them one more time, but with this qualifier, at least the first one, with this qualifier, put on the commentary, because nobody hates Twilight more than Robert Pattinson. And his commentary, he shits on the movie the whole time. Yes. It's hilarious. Serious? It's so good. It's so funny. Seriously. It's so funny.
Okay, well, I will do that. I just wanted to talk really quickly through the 4 movies, because the one thing, and I tweeted about this at...
They're 5, right? Or they're 4?
What? They're 4. No, well, they're 4. They're 4 parts, but 5 movies because it's part 1 and part 2 for the 4.
Right. Yeah. Because it came out during the trend where the last book has to be split into 2 things.
Yeah, just like the Hunger Games, which nobody needed.
And Harry Potter.
Yeah. So also, sorry, I know that I watched through the first episode of the podcast, and I know that I do a lot, but I'm gonna try and train myself out of it. As we go.
It comes with time. It's fine.
It just will come with time, and also I'm a slow speaker as is, so just if anybody's bothered by it, know that I know about it, and I'll just I'm
bothered by it,
working on it.
Punch you in the
if anybody's bothered by it, you can just leave. Go ahead and go.
Get out of here. We don't want you.
Back on the topic of Twilight. The first movie was just terrible. It was necessary to watch for the setup of the whole story of the saga, but I just want to focus on Kristen Stewart's acting for a second. Is that throughout the whole first movie, she was shaking violently at any possible depiction of emotion. There was nothing showing on her face, but she would go,
yeah.
And it was so terrible that I couldn't really watch it. I would have to go like this over my screen just because I can't. I was so uncomfortable every single time when she was depicting pain, when she was depicting love, when she was depicting crying. One specific moment also in the second movie, when she is supposed to be crying in the scene, I assume, because Edward just left her and she's in the woods, lost completely, doesn't know where she is. She falls down onto the ground, completely expressionless face, really sharp breasts, and then she covers her face from the camera with a hand. And I was like, that was definitely somebody fucking asked her to do that because she couldn't make herself cry. And it was like, oh my god.
Had to be.
Why am I watching this? But the one good thing I can say about these movies is that Kristen Stewart's acting by the end of the by the end of the fourth movie, but by the end of the saga and the beginning of the saga, two completely different things. It improved so much, and I tweeted about this, by the way. My handle at Twitter is @Scarfee_. So yeah, that's something I tweeted about because it is really impressive for an actor who consistently didn't give up on the saga. Probably couldn't because of the contractual obligations, but it is also impressive to see that she literally took it seriously and literally such a good improvement in her acting ability. By the third movie, I could almost believe what she was acting on the screen. By the fourth movie, she was actually really believably acting. Yeah. So for anybody considering that the first movie came out in 2009 and the last one I think came out in 2013 or 14, something like that. I
think 14. I think.
Yeah. Considering that it was 5 years worth of difference for her, I respect that
2012
completely.
Breaking Dawn Part 2 came out
actually
in 2012.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. So
which makes it that much more impressive, yeah.
Yeah, it is that much more impressive. Maybe it was also partially just her getting used to acting or something, because I don't know if she acted before. I didn't research that, or I didn't research her in particular, but I can really respect the amount of growth that she did over the saga. And also, not only did she grow as an actress, but also her characters also kind of it was really good with the directors of the last two movies, or three movies. I'm not like the movie 3 and the movie 4, both parts. With the new directors that they invited, it was really visible that they attempted to like kind of smooth over the mistakes of the previous the directors that they made in the previous movies, and they kind of incorporated the growth of Kristen Stewart's acting into the characters that she was playing, which was also really impressive, and really appreciated that. But otherwise, when it came to the Loch Ness Monster moment, it was just you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, what part? Hold on.
You nicknamed our daughter with the Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah. That was... Yeah.
They literally had to pause the movie and was like, I need to laugh this out because, oh my god. That was not her fault. It was the fault of the movie writers, which is like, there's plenty all over the saga, but... Oh my
absolutely.
god.
Well, so let me give you as a quick frame of reference. The director of the first movie, I'm looking, and I don't think I've seen anything that she's directed, which doesn't necessarily mean she's bad, but it just means none of her things. She have probably been, was not.
Maybe
big.
She wasn't experienced at the time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even so, I don't recognize anything after Twilight either. She did the Red Riding Hood live action movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that it was probably because the first movie was like the testing the waters stuff, and they just didn't have the budget like the one they had by like third movie.
Yeah.
And they very, very possibly probably were filming the second movie as they were filming the first one.
Well,
because it is.
Well, they did. They pumped him out year from 2000. What was it? Hold on. From 2008 to 2012, there was a movie every year. So yeah, they were pumping them out
filming
for sure.
as they were going.
Yeah, but the
go.
The guy who directed the second one, co-wrote Rogue One. So yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. That's just kind of the difference. And I don't know anything about the third director and then the fourth director, but let me see. Okay. The director of Eclipse directed episodes of Breaking Bad, Hannibal, Crossbones, American Gods, and Black Mirror.
There you go.
And before he did Twilight, and that he was a commercial and music video director. And then the last guy, he wrote and directed Dreamgirls, if you ever saw that. So
no, I am pop culture illiterate again.
Right.
Once again, as I have to remind to everybody that I talk to.
Forgot.
I am pop culture illiterate. If you're gonna name a movie to me, that there's a 90% chance I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and it's really showing in the Bunny, go away. My cat is trying to get on the table, but
he's like, I want the table.
He wants to be on the podcast. But it is really noticeable as the movie goes on, that there's first of all different styles of different directors, but also that it is done by more experienced people as the saga progresses. Yeah. Because the first one, you can definitely see it wasn't bad. It was just like all of the imperfections combined into one made it into a really bad movie. But the directing of it also was like very frantic. It wasn't like really keeping with the storyline. It was like all over the place most of the time. So it was very noticeable, and combined with the not really great writing and not really great acting, it was just like a disaster.
Well, so an interesting thing. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, keep going.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say a really interesting thing. I was just talking to Hannah about this literally like 2 hours ago. The book that just came out, the one that's told from Edward's point of view. It's the first. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the first book, but it's told from Edward's point of view instead of Bella's point of view.
Ooh. Okay.
But that apparently was written when before the first movie came out, I think. And and there was a whole leak, and I have a theory that it was Robert Pattinson that leaked it. But it's interesting. Oh God, no! I've lost my train. No, it's gone.
There we
go.
The
train is gone.
The train of thought is gone. Choo choo.
A lot of like the weird choices in acting styles. This is what it is. Hannah was saying in the book it talks about how this is gonna suddenly this is a Twilight podcast. Sorry. In the book it talks about,
I guess that's just the theme of today.
Yeah, right. In the books it apparently talks about how Edward has been a vegetarian for so long and he hasn't had human temptation for so long that he's like afraid that he's gonna just kill Bella and eat her up or whatever, and that's why he acts so weird all the time and so cagey and so distant and all this kind of stuff, which may contribute to at least some of the horrible stuff that Robert Pattinson had to sit through. And I'm not going to say bad acting by Robert Pattinson because I when did Harry Potter 4 come out? Goblet of Fire, 2005. That movie came out in 2005. Wow, really? Jesus, now I feel old. Robert Pattinson was great in Harry Potter. He was great in Harry Potter, and he was amazing in Harry Potter. Like, yeah. 4 years if you talk when we film it, when it was filmed, he was great in Harry Potter. Yeah, when we filmed Harry Potter, all right, let me tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
when I was
6 and you were
5. 10. 2005, 10. When I was 10.
And I was 6. No, what? I was 8.
Yeah. Yeah, you were 8.
Yeah,
I know
hard. Math. I'm gay. Sorry.
Bless. But yeah, so I'm not going to necessarily say Robert Pattinson's bad acting, but I think it might be bad direction. But I think they were using that book, so they had Edward's motivations for why he would do things, and then they go, okay, well, portray this, and he'd be like, what?
That makes no sense. Yeah. I mean, any good actor's capabilities and depictions can and will suffer from bad directors' decisions. So you can't blame actors for everything because some choices are not made by them.
You can blame them for a lot of things,
especially when the actors are not like as big name as they are today. Like if Robert Pattinson was invited to a set of a film today, they would probably respect his commentary and like remarks a little bit more because he has made himself some name in the movie industry. But like at that time, he probably wasn't as big of a name yet. And go away, bunny. And probably the directors weren't like as appreciative or thinking as much about any possibility like of him not liking whatever depiction they chose for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, while he deals with
Look
Bunny.
At this, Mischief.
Oh, Bunny.
Look at this.
So cute.
This is the face. This is the face
of a beautiful boy.
And we're gonna talk about it.
I love those eyes.
Some podcast later.
His eyes are beautiful. Bye. Just bright green. Love it.
Yeah,
I will say, if you want a really good Robert Pattinson movie, you should go and watch The Lighthouse. It stars him and Willem Dafoe, and it is excellent. It's so good.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, I haven't seen it as one would expect from me.
Well, a lot of people haven't. It was like an art film. It didn't go out into like theaters. It went into like special theaters. Like here where I live, we have like a fancy art theater that only shows like documentaries and that sort of thing. Excuse me. Sorry. That was uncomfortable.
Happens.
Yeah, nothing like the I'm not gonna get into that. Never mind. Moving on.
All right. Move on.
Yeah, moving on.
To move on from that, whatever that thought was, which you stopped just in time, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll just do the middle quote unquote section of our podcast. We're kind of reaching kind of the end, but I would want us to talk about
we got like
a thing that you heard someone say.
Yeah.
At some random point in the time, that you would like to share with us if it was like funny or insightful or something. I know that you have a couple stories, so Go ahead.
Okay, I'll be quick.
The scene is yours.
I'll try and be quick because I went on for too long about directors in Twilight.
No,
So.
it's fine. Listen, this is exactly what this podcast is about. It's just going on tangents until we are like, oh, we've talked about this thing for 40 minutes. Nobody cares anymore.
Beautiful.
You know?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I've got two things. The first thing is something somebody showed me. It was a video, and it is Rick Astley covering Everlong by the Foo Fighters, and it is incredible. Like I love the Foo Fighters. I love Everlong specifically. It's an amazing song, and Olive.
There goes disruption from your dog now.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, his cover is just excellent. Like, Rick Astley's a very talented musician. It's such a shame that he's such a meme because he's so good. He's so good. So it's going to be linked in the description on YouTube and Spotify. I think you can have links in the bottom. I don't know. But listen to this song because it's so good. His cover is excellent. It starts off a little weird and you're like, how is this going? And then he gets into it and it's like, oh, that's good. That's the good stuff. Boony. And then my other thing,
I can't let him on the table because he's gonna fuck something up.
Yeah, otherwise. No, absolutely. Luckily, actually, since I moved my desk stuff, Coach hasn't been as bad about hopping on the desk, which I am.
I mean, he's probably just not used to the position of the desk.
Yeah,
so when he gets used to it, he probably will get back to it.
Yeah. And the other thing is just kind of like a funny story. But it comes off of something someone said because it was a comment they said because of the story. So I got to give a little backstory. All
right.
I'm just kind of sitting around, not doing much, chilling on a whatever afternoon. I don't know what day it was. It was, but you know, I'm doing nothing. I get a pop up on Facebook, right? And I'm like, what the hell? And somebody's adding me as a friend. I'm like, who are you?
That is always intriguing.
Yeah. And their name is just kind of, it's clearly a fake account. Their name is like, they're very, very pasty white person with like a emo choker and dark long black hair. And their name is Isidore Zuzu Zaidan.
Okay.
And it says, their profile, I'll read it real quick. It says they work at Walmart, which is fine. Okay, cool. They studied at Walgreens in Greendale, Indiana. They studied at Walgreens. Okay, all right.
Wait.
Good old Walgreens University. Again? Yeah, they studied at Walgreens in Greendale, Indiana. So, you know,
I wonder what they teach at that university.
Walgreens U hoodie. Oh my god. It's like your Ohio State chair that you've covered, but it's Walgreens University.
By the way. Yeah.
Can we? Oh my god.
Oh, I can actually show it. Wait.
Dude, how great podcast merch would that be to just have Walgreens University? Perfect.
Ohio State. I got this chair only because it was the only thing available on the site.
Chairs are impossible to find right now.
Okay, carry on.
How great podcast merch would that be to just have like Walgreens University t-shirts? Like if we make like real university style shirts. Oh my god.
That would be amazing, dude.
Maybe I'll mock that up. That'd be kind of fun. Bless.
Quincy University, Jesus Christ.
Right. But yeah, so you kind of scroll through and it's just like bot posts and it's like America's my country. And it's like, okay, all right. And they have one mutual friend. And so I messaged the mutual friend in this group chat that we're in. And I was like, excuse me, sir, whomst the fuck is this? And why are you friends with them?
Whomst with the fuck?
And he was just like, I don't know. It said Greendale, so I hit accept. And I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I might know him. And I'm like, okay, but look at the profile. And he's like, oh, that's a bot. And literally, like, that conversation ended. And not a minute later, another person chimed in the group chat with a screenshot. And they're like, Alec, who the fuck is this?
You just almost said the name.
Yeah. And it's just like, it was so funny. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world. Nobody's going to know who this person is.
True.
But it was so funny to me. I was like, what the fuck? And they're just like, scroll up. You can see the context. We've already talked about this. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. All right, never mind.
Dude, that is just like, Welcome to university. I can't stop thinking about it.
I love it. Dude, I'm an alum of Walgreens U, let me tell you. Go too long receipts. Let's go. The mascot runs out onto the football field and it's just a receipt. It goes on the football field.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm
kicks up and it just blows into the field.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Welcome to the podcast.
Walgreens,
okay,
you.
My someone said category, which, by the way, the idea for this category, I thought about it after listening to This Might Get Weird podcast with Mamie Hart and Grace Helbig. So if they somehow stumble upon this at any point, thank you guys. Really appreciate that. It's a really interesting podcast segment idea. So
hell yeah,
it would be also interesting to do. But my someone said was just a comment on a TikTok that I saw while I was. I think I already told you this. Told you about this before, but it was just like I was scrolling through TikTok as one normally does, and I came up on one of the challenges that are going around right now, which is the photogenic challenge or something like that, like something called like that.
I don't do TikTok.
It was
so I don't know.
Yeah, well, for any cool kids out there who's listening to this, but hey, fellow kids, but
so you get
if anybody knows about this, it's just like a trend where you just like freeze frame yourself while you're moving around and see how photogenic, like naturally photogenic you are. It has a cool song, as like every single thing does on TikTok. But there was a moment where I opened the comments and I looked through them, and one of the most liked comments was, "Oh my God, she's so photosynthesis." And I thought, oh my God, that's enough TikTok for today. I'm just gonna go.
I'm
just gonna close the
photosynthesis.
She is so photosynthesis. I love it. That's exactly the way that I read it, and I was like,
"That's incredible."
All right. That's enough. I'm closing the app. I'm going to bed. That was just like the breaking point where I was like, too weird going back. God. But yeah, that was basically my someone said, and it is just like stuck with me because I can't stop thinking about it. It's been like a week, and I just can't. I can't stop thinking about. She's so photosynthesis.
So photosynthesis.
Oh my god! Photosynthesis, so cool. Anyway.
Photosynthesis. Oh, bless.
Oh, thinking about what we're looking at while doing the podcast, while also looking at our notes and looking at the topics and stuff. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is getting the iPad.
Yes, we love our iPads. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it has been really good for organization, especially for the podcast and stuff. And I just really like the way that everything is kind of integrated with each other, and
it's really nice.
So easy.
It's been great to keep us organized for this. Honestly, we use the shared notepad, and life is easy. Like. Yeah. We can just literally look at it and go, okay, let me tick this off. Like, perfect, done. This is what we're gonna do. Click the check mark. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Done.
And as in, like, not to start Android versus iOS over here, but I am planning on. Yeah, I also have a Note 10 Plus right in front of me, sitting right here, because I have been an avid Android user for, I don't know, 7 years, 8 years, something like that. So I've been using Android Android phones for a while, and I've been watching the development of iOS over time, as I was also owning an Android phone, and I am switching to iPhone this year. I'm leaving the Android boat. Heresy. This one and another one of our friends have been bugging me about it because they really really want me to stay in the Android family.
Have they announced the new iPhone yet?
No, but they have officially kind of declared a date when the announcement, whatever event is going to be happening. So yeah, but the reason why I like iOS so much right now is partially like scrolling back a little bit to TikTok, circling back to TikTok, is that iOS just does like social media apps better.
That's fair.
Like we were talking about this today too, when we, for example, like the tweets that we saw from Julian, like twitch.tv/Julian, we saw him tweeting one of his emotes on his Twitter account, and it has transparent background. One of the things that Android Twitter cannot do, is transparent pictures. If you try to post one, it's just going to turn into a mess. And I don't understand why. Why this has not been fixed, and why Twitter on Android has not been fixed. But then I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and I realized that Android has so many phones. Like, how in the world are you going to possibly optimize it for every single device?
You know what's interesting? And that's hard. And actually, my dad does app development as like a hobby, and he's found, because Android, it's a lot cheaper to develop for than Apple.
Well, yeah.
And so he's found it's really hard to account for all the different versions that Android can have, because lower budget phones run lower budget Android or older Android. And it's hard. So you have to account for like 6 generations of Android software, as well as like any thousands of numbers of screen sizes and all that kind of stuff. Like it's really hard to unify, and that is the plus side of Apple, I guess. Yeah, is that you have like 4 screen sizes at any given time, with any given generation, really,
and predetermined specs that you have access to when you're developing API.
So that's nice. It's just
easier.
Yeah, and I will say I have been tempted, because the red iPhones, like the Project Red iPhones, always look so clean. They're just such beautiful phones. Like, I really dig it.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, I just went to Apple's website, and I was like, how much could I get if I traded in my Note 10 Plus? They don't have Note 10 Plus as an option to trade in. They only have Note 10. So I would probably, if you're going to do this, I'm looking at it right now. You cannot, there's no Note 10 Plus selector. There's only Note 10. So I would say, don't buy it through Apple directly. Wait for Best Buy to do some kind of trade up deal and get more money for your phone, because you're probably going to get more money from Best Buy anyway than you would from Apple. So
probably.
Yeah. So
probably
have
would.
a gander.
And also, as an international user that cannot, like, I don't have social security ID or anything like that, so I can't do deals with carriers or any kind of like payment plans or methods. So I don't have any like trade in or trade over stuff that people usually do through carriers, that like they would trade back in their phone and trade it for a newer model or a different newer phone.
Yeah,
I don't have that option, so I always go through the trade-in through like directly through the seller or through like a third party like Best Buy. So
I wish the color options were better, though.
That would save me a lot of money.
Yeah, it'll save you money and time. I have the Space Gray iPad Pro, right? And I really like Space Gray as a color, but if you look at like the 11 Pro phone colors versus like the XR phone colors, or just the X phone colors, that whole window of time, you've got reds, you've got blues, you've got all this, that, the other thing. And for the 11 Pro, you have gray, silver, gold, and midnight green, which is basically just hint of green gray. And it's like, come on, give me some cool colors. Like, there's no way Project Red isn't like chomping at the bit to get another collab iPhone. They've done a collab iPhone since like iPhone 4. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Give me that. I want that. They did it on the old iPod Nano, baby. Like, give me. I want that. Want that red. Although you can't. I love that. It's such a good look.
Yeah, that is a really good phone. I mean, you can't deny it. It's just like, I'm not saying Android is bad. It's not what I'm saying. Like, I never said Android is bad. I have used Android for 8 years, and I loved it. But the problem for me is the speed of updates that I get on the Android platforms. A lot of the times, I know it's improving right now, but I'm not talking necessarily about software as like an operating system. I'm more talking about applications, and what I use social media applications, and social media applications on Android are so widely optimized for such a wide range of devices on Android that it's not optimally working. As in, like, the transparent picture, camera quality while recording, speed of updates for the new features on the social media apps. I care about that because that's what I mainly use my phone for. My phone is my window to the social media. I use it almost exclusively for social media. I don't game on my phone. I don't care about that. I'm also not a gamer, dude. Music.
Come on.
No, I'm not a mobile gamer, dude. I don't play mobile games.
Mobile games on Facebook Gaming. Let's go, dude.
You know what you reminded me of right now? I saw recently a Twitter meme where or not a Twitter meme, actually. It was a meme on our gaming on Reddit, where it was like 4 pictures, like the console gamer, the PC gamer. Like for the console gamer, it was a couch, like really well lit couch with like a really good controller. For the PC gamer, it's like a setup with everything rainbow RGB, 10 screens, and like 2 PCs, and like everything is like just super powered, super juiced. And for the mobile gamer, it's a toilet with a gaming chair built in.
I love that.
So it's like a gaming seat on the toilet. So basically where everybody plays mobile games.
That's incredible.
So, yeah. So that is basically I just don't play mobile games. I don't use my phone for almost anything except social media. And for everything else, I have my laptop or my iPad now, which is also iOS. And I mean, if I had an option to get an Android tablet that would be as well developed as iPad is, I would consider it, because I love the flexibility of Android.
Yeah.
But there's just like on the tablet market, nothing really rivals iPad.
Yeah. No, so I mean they've nailed it. The iPad is fantastic. It's a great device. It really
the iPad is the perfect formula, and they're always staying ahead of everybody else. Not maybe in the screen department, but in the software and in the build quality, they're always kind of ahead in the lead. And I love it, so I'm owning one now.
Unless you accept the jerry rig everything video where he just bends an iPad Pro in half.
Oh no, that one hurt me to my core.
It stressed me out.
That was a painful video.
Did I tell you I had a dream that happened to me?
Oh my god, no!
It was awful. Dude. I had this dream that I was in this school, like I was back at school for some reason, but it was the mall of the place I grew up. It was really weird, but I went to a class, and for some reason I had my iPad out of its case in a cardboard box, and I was hanging out with one of the guys from Mr. Beast's channel. I don't know, Chandler, for anybody who watches that. I don't know. He went to school with me apparently in my dream, and he took my box and he shook it really hard, and I opened it, and it was like, it looked like it had been just bent, and I was like, oh no. And then I woke up and I was like, where is my iPad? Where is it? Oh my god. It's stressing me out.
That is the reason why I have an iPad holder next to my bed now, because I'm afraid to fall asleep with my iPad because I'm afraid to roll over on it and break it.
I just put it on my bedside table. But see, I got the little folio.
It's cute.
It's cute.
Oh wait, do we have the same case?
This is just the Apple official smart folio.
Wait, we have the exact same case.
Hell yeah. Dude, it's great. It's so good. I was gonna get the white one, but I was like, I want it now, and I'm not gonna order it. There's no point. So got Joel and Ellie as your background. I have the default.
Yeah. I have the Last of Us. What?
Is your little control center. But what I didn't know, and I actually just found out, is that Dbrand makes skins not just for the iPad but for the folio as well. So I might grab a Dbrand skin for this because they have a special right now. It's like pastels, and they look really nice. So I might end up with a pastel green folio. I'm thinking. So yeah, neat things.
Yeah, that is just the reason why I'm also switching back to the iPhone, circling back to the topic that we're talking about.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Is I just want that experience of getting the new features on social media apps as they're released.
Yeah.
And it always comes to the iOS first, just because, not because iOS is necessarily better. It just depends on what you're using. If you want flexibility and productivity out of your device, if it is your phone, go for Android 100%. Just because it's so flexible, you can do almost anything on it. If you want streamlined experience where you always know what's happening, and when you always know what you're getting in store when you're getting a phone, go for iOS. Because that's always the same. It never changes. It's always the same experience. But it is what it is good about it is that you always know that if there is an issue with an app that you are using on iOS, it is more likely to get fixed faster than on Android. Because let me tell you, the amount of apps that I stopped using on Android just because I knew that the bug that was in that app that is breaking the experience for me is not going to get fixed for at least another few months. Just so many. And it's just, I'm tired. I want a phone that I know what I'm getting in the package, and I just want streamlined experience, because I realized coming at 8 or 9 years or however many years of using Android, I realized that I don't care as much about flexibility as I thought I did.
No, that's fair. That's super fair. And it's, I think it's important as a consumer to know exactly what you're looking for and what personally serves you best. And if that's what works, and that's what works,
Absolutely.
Sounds good to me. I'm still kind of on the fence.
Over an hour.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
No, you're on the fence on what?
I was just gonna say I'm on the fence because I like a lot of my features on my Android. I find I don't know, maybe it's just because I've been using Android for as long as I have, that like I have this really deep gathering of apps and things, right? And it's like, cool. I don't remember how I came across them at any given moment, but I have a whole bunch that I use a lot and I really like. And when I got my iPad, I was like, I don't even know what to look for on the App Store. Like, I don't even know where to start, really. And I still have not found a good Reddit app for my iPad. I don't like the new Reddit style at all. Call me a nerd or whatever, but I think it's awful. I feel like it's really spacey, but in that same vein, it's so cluttered with information that it doesn't work well with my brain. I use, for reference, I'm happy
with the stock app.
Fair enough. Yeah. For reference, I use Reddit as fun on my Android phone. It keeps it kind of like compressed down into like an RSS feed, basically, where things are neatly defined and you can click here and get a picture and tap on it and click comments and you get the comments and you're good to go. And there's something about the stock Reddit app now that just doesn't feel the same. I don't know. I struggle with it, but it could just be because I'm so used to using what I use. So I don't know.
Yeah, it is partially too. Like when I started using iPad after my Android phone, I just realized that there are so many features that sorry,
you're good,
that they implemented since the last time that I used iOS, which was like 5 years ago, like whenever the iPhone 7 came out.
Yeah.
There's so many features that they implemented for comfort and like gesture, like since they switched to the gesture system. There's so many things that they have implemented that are different from Android that also work just as well. I just need to get used to them, and I am getting frustrated only because I don't know what I'm doing. But as I'm getting more used to it, it's just getting more and more streamlined, and I'm just getting that Apple, the patented sorry, I'm Russian, Apple feel of the streamlined and clean experience that I come to expect from Apple for what I'm paying them.
It's super clean. It's super straightforward. So.
Yeah, and it's just like you are used to one experience, and then when you switch, it's gonna be pains no matter what.
I didn't realize Coach was in here. Hi, Coach. This is Coach.
Coach is come to the podcast.
Hi, buddy.
Now, welcome to the podcast. This is
welcome to the podcast, little babushka.
Right here. He is
right,
very
bud.
cute.
Here.
But yeah, that's basically my thoughts on iOS. Is that it's
Fair
just
enough.
streamlined, it's clean, and I want that out of my phone too.
That's fair. No, I dig it.
Well, we're literally over an hour.
Yeah.
What
like
do you
an
say
hour 5. So let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up with the quote from our trusted Inspirabot.
Yes. Let me grab mine.
And the last one that we got was amazing, and I'm just every time we're gonna get to the end of the episode, I'm just gonna be looking forward to seeing what is gonna pop up this time.
So good.
Yes.
All right, let me generate one.
We're gonna. I got one. Go ahead.
Mine is for those of you who won't be able to see it at all. Mine is a man sitting on a cliff, looking wistfully out into a foggy valley, almost Grand Canyon-esque area. It's dark and foggy and blue, and he's looking sadly out. And and it says, "Don't you think things would look different if spies realized that they were just pawns in a much bigger game?" What?
I think what I love about Inspirabot. It's complete mismatch of whatever is happening on the picture. Mine is kind of similar. It's very pastel toned with a view of a man walking. What I'm assuming is just like a white plain valley with it's very foggy. It's the sunset. There's mountains in the background. He's just like very small in the picture. Just like shows the grandeur of things. And on top, in bright blue letters, it says, "Engage in bipartisan arguments. Throw up."
Why?
And on that note,
oh my god! Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out.
Episode.
Oh my god! What a great episode!
Thank you everybody for listening.
Oh bless! All right, have a good night. Have a good day. Wherever you are.
I'm really excited to be doing more.
Oh god, honestly. Yeah, this is great. I love it. All right,
and can Coach sign us off?
Coach.
Hi, long boy. Oh my god.
He looks mad.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, all right. Stop recording.